my husband was not going to be home and I've still been piddling around. All
Oh,
right, there. I've got live on my side. How about you? You got,
yep,
I see you connected and you got them to both your pages.
yep. We're good.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, social media community, how's everybody doing tonight? We missed last week, so Brendan, did you remember if Gail jumps on? Did you look up her question from last
I
week?
did look up her question.
All
Yes.
right, so Brendan will be getting to that. If you're on the replay or if you end up joining us live, we appreciate your questions so much. It helps keep the conversation going, and that is what we're here for. We're here for real conversations, real experiences. We don't give medical advice. We just like to share. We just like to hear ourselves talk, right? So, all of us are becoming absolutely addicted to peptides because we're addicted to results, because maybe I'm a little control freak, right? Like I love to experiment with my own self and do all these fun and up and coming things. We will talk about a couple of new products. Brenda and I were just talking about it behind camera. She's ahead of me. She's got the new stuff. I haven't tried the new stuff, so we'll talk about that a little bit. I am going to step away and let Brenda introduce at this and get the show on the road.
All right. Excellent. So, good evening, everyone. I just want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to jump on either live or catching this by a replay for us to just have a really open and authentic conversation about peptides. And again, I want to make sure you also know we are not providing medical advice tonight. This is just for information and education only. Also, before we go any further, I want to start with a very simple question that many people have when they first hear this topic. What exactly is a peptide? Well, peptides are short chains of amino acids that the same building blocks that make up proteins in our bodies, but instead of forming those large structures like protein, peptides act more like biological messengers. They tell cells what to do. They help regulate things like metabolism, inflammation, tissue repair, hormone signaling, sleep cycles, and immune function, to mention a few. Your body already produces thousands of peptides naturally. They're part of the communication system that allows your cells to coordinate and function properly. Over time, because of aging, stress, inflammation, illness, or environmental factors, those signaling pathways can become less efficient. And that's where therapeutic peptides come in. They help restore or enhance communication within the body's existing systems. Peptides are not magic, they are messengers. They don't override biology, they optimize signaling within biology. And when signaling improves, functioning improves. As we continue tonight, I really want to encourage you to just stay curious, stay active in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking, what questions or comments or experiences you've had. This isn't about quick fixes. This isn't about hype. This is about education, empowerment, and offering tools that help people feel better in their own bodies. And for those of you that have not met me yet, I'm a pediatric neuropsychologist. I'm 61 years old. I live with MS. And about 9 years ago now, I made a decision to fully own my health. At that time, I was about 80 pounds heavier. I was exhausted. I was pouring into my patients and families every day, but physically, I really just didn't feel aligned with the life I wanted to live. So I began a health journey. I lost those 80 pounds, and more importantly, I've kept it off. For the past 6 years, I'm going on 7 now, I've trained for triathlons, long endurance bike rides and races, and I just signed up to complete a half a marathon in all 50 states. Not because I'm trying to prove anything, but because movement makes me feel strong, capable, and alive, and my body actually can do it now. But even with the discipline, even with the training, even with the nutrition dialed in, there were still these limits with my energy, recovery, sleep, cognition, muscle growth. And as someone with MS, those things matter deeply. And I'll be honest, I was a skeptic of one of the peptides, the GLPs, for a very long time. I thought they were an easy button, a shortcut, a crutch. But I'm also a research geek. So instead of staying skeptical, I dove into the literature. I studied the mechanisms. I looked at inflammation pathways, neuroprotection, mitochondrial function, metabolic flexibility. And what I discovered completely shifted my perspective. These peptides aren't just about weight loss. They impact brain health, inflammation, energy regulation, recovery. They don't replace lifestyle, they enhance what lifestyle makes possible. So, about 8 months ago, I started using these several different peptides. I started with the GLP, GIP, and glycine, microdosing with that. And I've added some other ones that we'll talk about tonight as well. You'll hear about the different ones as we talk tonight. The changes for me have been dramatic. My sleep has improved. My cognition has sharpened. My mood has stabilized. My workouts became stronger. Recovery has accelerated. My energy has become steady instead of unpredictable. And for someone living with MS, that is not small. That's really transformative. But here's where my heart comes in. For my entire career, my heart has been with busy parents, especially parents with special needs. I sit with families every day who are exhausted, parents who are juggling therapies, IEP meetings, medical appointments, work, and home, parents who put themselves last, parents who are running on fumes. And honestly, busy parents in general are in the same boat, and you might be in the same boat as well. They're depleted, inflamed, sleep deprived, overwhelmed, and none of us need another shortcut. We need support. And what excites me about peptides is that they can provide foundational physiological support, better energy regulation, better sleep, improved recovery, so people can actually implement lifestyle changes. Because even if you go on a GLP or any of the other peptides you might hear about tonight, you still have to build muscle, you still have to move, you still have to nourish your body, and you still have to prioritize sleep. Peptides will amplify your effort, they do not replace it. Traditional medicine absolutely has its place. We need it for emergencies, acute care, life saving interventions. But I truly believe peptides are part of the future of proactive, root cause, regenerative health, not just managing our symptoms anymore, but supporting signaling pathways, optimizing cellular communication, enhancing resilience, promoting longevity. Again, this isn't about quick fixes. It's not about hype. It's about education, empowerment, and offering tools that help you feel better in your own body. And again, at 61 with MS, training for endurance events, I don't say that to impress you. I say it because I want every overwhelmed parent, every exhausted professional, every person who feels like they're running on empty right now to know that feeling is absolutely possible, because when you feel better, you show up better for your family, your work, your purpose. And so I just really encourage you to be curious. Let us know what your thoughts are. No question is a dumb question. We may not know the answer of all your questions, but we'll find out if we don't know it. And we'll research that topic and get back to you on that. And what excites me most isn't just what tools can do for us individually, it's what happens when healthy, clear minded, energized people begin serving others. We change families, we change communities, and the trajectory of aging. Because longevity isn't about adding years to life, it really is about adding life to years. And I know, Tanya, you've had some amazing experiences already as well with many of the things. And we were just talking again about some newer things that just came out. So, what are some of your favorite peptides so
Uh,
far that you've been using?
I honestly, that sounds so cliche, but I think mine is still the combo, the GLP slash GIP. This last time I ordered, I did get the glycine, and I think that I like that a lot. I love that we have so many choices. So I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I want it all. And, so it can be hard to narrow those choices down, even just like our great methylated B12. I love our company pays attention to our concerns and what we like, right? The company itself is only just about, I think their anniversary must be coming up, like 2 years old. So when they first launched, they were using cyanocobalamin. And all of us were like, hey, we can do better than that. So they switched it over to methylcobalamin, which is always a good choice, right? But then when they gave us the option of carnitine, if you want like more muscle, or glycine, which I at the time, well, I am sleeping a lot better now. I was telling Brenda earlier about this mat that I bought, this cooling mat. Woo, it's amazing. I love it. So anyway, I chose glycine because I wasn't sleeping the best. You guys got to know about this mat. I should have been ready with the brand of it. I need an affiliate link because I'm going to be telling everybody. I was getting so hot at night, and Brenda and I were talking. I had tried the Mott C, and like you burn more calories. So it just like thermogenically made me so hot, especially at night. So, and then like kind of that menopause. It wasn't hot flashes though, it was different. And I was getting so hot anyway, and then my body heat gets trapped in the mattress. And then you throw up your covers and now your legs are cold, but the underneath me is still too hot. So I found this cooling mat. I knew I didn't want a blanket, a cold blanket on top of me. I liked the warm cuddly. I didn't want like that to be cold. So this cooling mat, you put water in it, like distilled water in it, and the water goes through. You put it under your sheet. It is amazing. It is so amazing. So I'm gonna try that Mott C again, and with my cooling blanket and my cooling mat, and see if I can handle it. But I was like, well, cool. If I'm getting hot like that, that burning calories, like that's the point. But then I'm like, no, I can't sleep. I can't do it. So there was that little experiment that I had. And then I do have the Thymosin Alpha, and I am a flunky with consistency with that stuff. It's a 5 days a week, and mine has lasted twice as long because I just keep forgetting. So I've told myself I'm not buying any more peptides until I get consistent with the ones that I'm already using. Hey Jen, nice to see you.
If I look tired, it's because I am.
You said you had a nice day out in the sun.
We have a
today.
peptide for that, Jen.
Right?
So I missed it. Did Mott C make you hot?
Yes.
It did
so
not for
hot.
me. I did not have that side effect.
I haven't been having that side effect either. I don't know. I don't think I am because I was laying out in the sun today and I was still cold. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just at night. It just at night.
Huh.
And then every once in a while I get a little chill, like that would only last a few seconds, but then I would get a chill. And my friend that works with me, she said she got that too, and she's right about my age. So I don't know. I do not know, but I do know it was that.
Well, and Thymosin Alpha 1 is hard. I think anyone with an autoimmune disease does need to be on that. Like my naturopath keeps asking me, are you feeling any different? I'm like, no. And obviously, I don't know. But she said, definitely keep taking it. But it's the one that you have to do 5 days a week. So it's hard. I just try to do it right when I wake up in the morning, just have it in my head. Okay, you have to do this. But yeah. So I did not sleep good last night. I just tossed and turned all night. And it's hitting me today. So
I still go through those little kid things like you're going to Disney World. I'm just too excited to sleep.
Oh, yeah. I think mine was a little bit of I don't know. I had my oncology follow-up today. And anytime I have that, I just get nervous for some reason, even though I know, and everything was good. I want all my labs to be perfect. I had 2 that were, my chloride was 1 point low and my BUN was 1 point high. And I'm like, what is that all about? Which I think that I'm drinking enough water. Plus I had to get IV fluids yesterday when I had to go in for that IV treatment they're doing for my, I don't know if you know, Brenda, I have Epstein-Barr virus. Yeah. So I'm like, just bring it all on.
Right. It's like, throw it all at me.
It kind of like, explain. I mean, I actually am happy that I have an answer, because my fatigue was getting so bad that it was really starting to worry me. And I was to the point like, should I go in and see my oncologist before I needed to go see him, you know? And yeah, so I mean, who knows how it was, because my thyroid antibodies, so you know, they've been coming down. The microdosing has been totally helping, and all the stuff I've been doing, and they shot up 1,000 points. And yeah, so my my integrative oncologist, she's like, something's going on here, because she knows how hard I'm working to, you know, heal everything. And she goes, I'm going to run this Epstein-Barr virus panel. And I'm like, what is that? So I had to go down the whole rabbit hole of that. And it came back where it's reactivated in my system. So now I'm dealing with that. But, you know, everything that happens, there's a reason it's supposed to happen, is what I feel like. I was on a Zoom earlier today, and it kind of like hit me, because a lot of people, when things like this happen, they're like, why me? Why me? I don't really go down that path. I feel like I've been chosen this path for a reason, and to help educate. I mean, I learn something new every day. So yeah, we'll see what my endocrinologist has to say tomorrow.
But you know, Jen, that's so important though, I think, for people who are listening to really hear, is that we know our bodies, right?
Mhm.
So we really need to get attuned with our bodies, because if something is feeling off, we need to keep investigating. We need to keep asking those questions.
Yep.
We need, if someone just poo-poos it, but we know our bodies, that we need to just keep getting second opinions and keep finding someone to give us those answers, because there's an answer.
I agree so much, because yeah, when I had that ovarian tumor, and I kept getting doctors saying, oh, it's just IBS. You just have IBS. I'm like, no, I've had IBS. I know the symptoms of that.
Mm-hmm.
Something else is going on. And that ER doctor sent me home saying it was IBS. And I ended up getting a hold of my regular doctor, ordered a CT, and boom, I had a peach-sized tumor on my ovary. So, you know, it's when you know something's wrong. And now that I do feel good, I know when something's not right. So, but I felt so crappy. I mean, I think all of my 30s, I felt like crap, to be honest, and into my 40s. And now that I feel better, when that fatigue started coming on, I'm like, something's going on, because I'm usually go, go, go. But it's also my body telling me you need to slow down and rest when you need to rest. So that's what I did today.
That is really when that Epstein-Barr will find you, is when you have not known well enough to rest. And it's hard, because like, you have got all these amazing things going on, and you felt so bad, then you feel so good, then you just go crazy, and then that Epstein-Barr will rear its ugly head and tell you you're going to be staying in bed for a while, or you got to slow down. So just that, you know, nervous system, it's all part of it. And we just think we're invincible. You know, we just do. And feeling good is we shouldn't have to work so hard at it, but this day and age we do. So I always applaud all the young people who have their ears open to these things before I did, you know, that aren't going to wait until you're this far down the I've got to fix this and this before I can crawl back out of this hole. So that's
exactly, yeah, fix it before all this stuff starts going on. So
yeah, it's a big deal. You know, Brenda, you don't show your before pictures often enough.
I agree.
It is crazy when you look at the before and afters, because when the one picture came up with my husband and I on Facebook, you know, in those memories, I'm like, who in the hell is that? Excuse the language, with my husband. I didn't even recognize it was me. the
Yeah.
inflammation and all of that, it was
Yeah.
crazy, absolutely
Yeah. You're
crazy.
in a place where it's been long enough ago that you really kind of, it's just old news to you, but
Right.
it's still like you should really be posting those pictures more. I mean, I love your fit, trim, healthy mama pictures, but you need to throw in some of those really jaw-dropping before pictures.
Yeah, I'll have to start. I have to. Yeah, because I do. I kind of forget about that now. It seems like it's
Yes.
been so long ago, and it's been a journey, right? And it's been, a lot of different tools, and my recent one is the peptides, right? And so, I get something under control. I find that that's working, whatever. But I'm always looking for, are there other ways to optimize? Because yeah, looks are nice, right? But it's really about my overall health and my energy, and that I can
Yes.
do
Yes.
things I want to do. Like, who would have thought 10 years ago that at 61 I'd be saying, yeah, I think I'll do a half a marathon in all 50 states by the time I'm 70.
Yeah.
I couldn't have
That's
walked,
awesome.
yeah, 26 miles
Right.
in 3 weeks back then. And so it really is.
Well,
So it's looking at all the different things to continue to optimize my health now and
and your
continuing to just do
MS.
it. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you have a huge diagnosis. Like
yeah.
that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you are so motivating to so many people.
Oh,
You're just so motivating, and I love it because it's like, if she can do it, anyone can do it.
exactly.
And honestly, age is just a number. I mean, I used to not feel like that, but it really is. I don't know. My mom was only 72 when I lost her.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm going to be 50 this year. So then I'm like, what if I died at 72? That only gives me 22 more years, with my kids and with my family. And it just makes you really think I am put on this earth for more. So I
Yeah,
don't, you just, if
I
you like,
agree.
I feel like if you are struggling, feeling like crap, there's answers out there because there's always a reason why. So,
Right. And it
So
really is. It's looking at different things, and it's not trying to do everything all at once, right? It's adding
oh
in
yeah,
those healthy lifestyles and adding in different things, and then looking at, what's one more thing, like I was talking about when I did the intro with peptides. They're another tool for us to help our body communicate better and to actually to make it easier to do the lifestyle changes that we're trying to do, right? And just helps that body communicate better, and you actually get better results of doing all of those things that we're all, right? The sleep and the exercise and the nutrition and all of that. The peptides complement and
yeah.
optimize all of those other things. They're not magic bullets. They're just not. So you can't take these peptides and continue doing all the same things you've done to get to the position you're at and expect outcomes, right? I mean, that's ridiculous.
amen. Yeah, amen.
It's
I
just
I want
not
to bring
possible.
I want to bring something into this conversation. So Brenda and I were talking. She's tried the Clow or KLOW. So I haven't done that yet. I'm making myself use up some of my unused things first. But what I want to talk about, okay, one is I think Brenda and Jen, I know you've got to have some good time management skills too. I'm trying to practice more time blocking. So here we're all affiliates. We're all building um, even more than side hustles with peptides. For me, a lot of it's so I can buy what I want without it cutting into my other budget. So if you're watching live or on the replay and you're thinking, oh my gosh, those things are so expensive. How can they afford to do this? I'm just a regular person. I am not lifestyles of the rich and famous over here, but I'm not afraid to work for what I want. So if I want to use these things, if I want that to be part of my wellness routine, I'm willing to work for it. I'm willing to get out there, share, hustle, invite people. So, like Brenda, you've got a full time job, you find time to work out like a mad woman. You find time to travel and do marathons. You're on this Zoom, you're participating in our Zooms, you're inviting people. Like, I don't want to hear excuses from anybody else. If I can do this, if Jen can do this, if Brenda can do this, anybody can find time block in their day to get another avenue of income, at least enough to buy the peptides you want.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't take, a lot. I mean, some days, because I also create content because I have my non-toxic living group that's blown up in the last month. I had like maybe 100 and some people, and now I have almost 500 just from sharing, all sorts of stuff. Because it's not just the peptides. I'm really passionate about those because they have helped heal my body so much. But it's all the other things that I've done in combination. And like you said, one thing at a time, Brenda, because I post stuff and I'm like, just pick one thing that you want to start with. And like when I first started, mine was my skincare and my makeup. That was my first thing. And so, baby steps. And yeah, you do have to have time management to be able to keep on task on what you need to get done throughout the day. But I feel like anyone can do it. People are like, oh, I don't have the time. Do you have 15 minutes? Because honestly, some days that's all I take is 15 minutes, and everyone has. I'm like, if you have 15 minutes, get up and go for a walk. That's what I usually say. So,
well, what I always encourage people to do is track what you actually do during the day.
mm-hmm.
Really actually track, because you will find this, right?
Scrolling. Yep.
Scrolling, doing things like that are just wasteful.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of that, you could be doing things that really add to your life and lifestyle and your health.
And other people's. Like, if you're scrolling on your phone anyway, and you send out a message to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while, and you're like, hey, I'm really excited about this. Would you like to hear about peptides? And then, like, you're striking up old relationships, and, with people that you lost touch with, that you find common ground with, and rekindling meaningful relationships, as well as potentially helping your friends and family deal with their health concerns in a productive way. So, like, I love the people that it's brought back to me. It's kind of like that boomerang, like, oh, we worked together 10 years ago, and it's that boomerang, and those relationships come back.
Yeah. I had to go and had to copy all of my customers that I have in my back office and to a spreadsheet for this program I'm using. But 96, I was like, oh my gosh. And that's 96 people that I've helped heal their bodies, feel better because I share. And, a lot of times I have reached out to people. Like if I see someone post something that they're struggling with, I will reach out to them because it is life-changing. It's just helped me so much. And I know some people are like, oh my gosh, here she goes again with another video about peptides. Yeah. And I'm going to keep on doing it because I really do feel better than I have in a really long time. I mean, today, not so much, but for the most part, like 95% of the time, I feel really good today.
And you're just being real. You're not on here coming on to a real conversation and faking your way through it. It's real life. It's a real conversation.
Everyone that knows me knows I won't promote something I don't truly believe in.
I mean, 100% on that one. Me too.
Yeah,
no
I
way.
promoted stuff before that I did believe in the beginning. And then I just started not feeling very good. And then come to find out, I look at what's in the shake mix. Well, no wonder I wasn't feeling good. It was all chemicals. And so, yeah, I do truly believe in it. And there's a lot of the peptides that I personally can't take because of my health history, but I'm still able to promote that. My husband, thankfully is my my go-to on the BPC. I mean, it's really helped him. And then just anyone that I have had that's ordered that, completely, it's just helped them so much, just with all those joint aches and pains and getting that inflammation down and the tissue healing. So yeah, I'm going to continue to keep on screaming about it because
a couple follow-ups, Jen, that I want to do. You said that you're not able to take some because of your medical history.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on the black market and get those.
Yeah, hell no.
No questions asked, right? And they give it to you, and what would it do to your health?
Yeah,
I probably get your cancer back.
I will absolutely not mess with that. I know, a couple people.
That's the scary thing is people are.
Brenda, you're talking in code. You're talking in code. Tell people what you mean by black market.
Ours are medically monitored. So you go through a medical assessment with a medical licensed provider that looks at your medical history and looks at the peptide and what signaling pathways they go down. So there's certain peptides that if you have cancer or have had cancer, you would never want to take because they're growth hormones. And they could also start growing some of those cancer cells, even if they're kind of hiding out in your body, right? And maybe not be quite active yet. So you have to be careful on what you choose. And ours are, just like I had to get, a thing from my neurologist to say that I could go on one because of my MS and the medication I'm on for that. And that just makes so much sense to me. The other thing I wanted to follow up is you said, yes, you've helped 96 people get started on peptides. But think of those 96 people that have improved their life, who have gotten more, have gotten healthier, are able to function better, have energy to do it. How many people in their life has that also impacted? I would bet at least 10 per person. Now you're talking 960 people that you've actually impacted.
I have one gal, she was stuck for so long and her hormones were a mess, like everything. She's dropped 60 pounds and she's like, I'm able to get out there and play with my kids. I'm able to do all the work that I need to do and not feel, so winded and so out of breath. She has more energy that she's had in a long time. And she was killing herself in the gym. She still works out. But it's just got rid of that food noise and it really balanced her hormones out. It's just amazing. Her transformation. It just makes my heart so happy because she's just not just the looks, because it doesn't just go by how you're looking, it's how you're feeling. So, and that's what I always have to go by. Because people are like, you look amazing. I'm like, but I feel amazing too. And I go more by how I feel on the inside than what's showing on the outside. And of course, when you look in the mirror and you're like, okay, I look pretty dang good now, but I need to work on some stuff still. I'm still a work in progress. We all are.
Have you guys seen these?
Yes.
So I got some of those for the teaching opportunities we have coming up. So that's like this fake pound of fat.
Yeah.
Like that isn't, like, we forget what 1 pound, it is a big deal when people are like, oh, I only lost 5 pounds this month, or whatever. That's 5 of these ugly things.
Even one of those is a lot,
That's what I mean. Yeah. And then I got the muscle equivalent.
Oh, I was going to ask if you had the muscle too.
So I got the muscle equivalent. That's the muscle equivalent of a pound.
Oh, wow.
So, that's where I'm at. I kind of stay in balance, but I've got one of those fancy scales and my muscle goes up and, the fat comes down. And of course you hear so much. So we're not here to argue with anybody. We're just here to tell our story, right? So obviously you can lose muscle when you are fasting, or you can you're losing muscle if you're sitting on the couch eating junk food, but you're gaining weight, you're still losing muscle. So it's up to us as individuals, no matter what we do in life, to build more of this.
Mhm.
It's really easy. It's really easy to get more of this on your body. It takes a lot of effort to get more of this. So, like there's skeptics in any realm. Like we can all make our choices how we're going to live our lifestyle, like junk food and more of this, or a little bit more effort and more of this. This here does never, never, ever comes naturally, no matter what. This does not come by accident. So, depending on your genetics, it might be a little bit easier for some people to get one or get the other. But no matter what, this still takes effort. And I don't know, well, we do a lot of different stuff at my house for healing or whatever. But Sunday I did some really stupid behavior. So I went out with the grandkids, worked some horses, like barely broke horses on the lead line, walk around in the deep arena dirt. And then when I go over to somebody else's house, nobody has stirrups that are short enough for my legs. So I get on this green broke, hasn't been rode plug of a horse forever. And I trotted around for hours with stirrups that didn't fit me, holding on with my thighs. And I'm not even whining today. Usually by day 2 or day 3, I'm like the biggest whiner you've ever met after I do some sort of behavior like that. I'm good. I can't believe it. Like, is that the peptides? Is it more of this? Is it that muscle recovery, like everybody talks. I'm not a big workout person like Brenda. So when she says, oh, my recovery is so much better, I don't get what that means, but maybe this is it. Maybe it's
you know what? It might be I bet it's the MOTS-C.
Yeah.
But I haven't been taking that because it made me too hot.
Oh.
No, but even the GLPs and other ones help with that recovery. Because when you get rid of that inflammation, your body already is going to recover better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I try to do a decent, some sort of movement or hit exercise 3 to 4 times a week. I walk with a weighted vest. So it's not like I'm not doing anything, but I'm definitely not using those muscles that you use when you're doing that sort of horse riding behavior.
Right. And that's the thing. You don't have to do the workouts I do. I have to do them in order to compete at where I want to compete at. But really, lifting heavy, right? But safely. So you're not, and lifting properly. That's a big thing. So if you don't know, I mean, I really encourage everyone, and especially in the very beginning, get a trainer, have someone look at what you're doing, because if you're just doing this with your weights, you are not working the part that you are supposed to be working. If you're trying to work your bicep, you're working your back and you're going to get injured, right? Yeah. You need to make sure you're doing those things properly. But, lifting is one of the best things. Even doing body weight stuff is so helpful, and walking. Those really are amazing exercises for people to do, to continue to build that muscle, build cardiovascular, all of those things. So, and again, it's doing small things, getting the protein in, making sure you're staying hydrated, all of those things. And peptides are just this nice little frosting on the top.
And I tried to talk to every single one of my people before they order, because it's not a quick fix. It's a tool in your toolbox. But a lot of my people that are in my audience are perimenopause, menopause. And it's so important to start. If you're not lifting weights, you need to be. I didn't realize how much it helps preserve your bone mass.
Yes.
And it's huge. And I've noticed, I have my injection coming up in a couple weeks on my back. It's been bugging me a bit, but the more I use my vibration plate as well, that helps too. And I don't know what it is, and my rebounder, but my trainer at the gym had said, make sure you're using both of those things every single day, because it helps with your bone mass. But yeah, I really encourage, because I have so many, I don't know. I used to like cardio. Now I'm like, no, I hate it so much. I do it because I know it's good for my heart. But I like the lifting more, and I actually have to do lighter weights and more reps. And my husband has to do that too because he has lots of different injuries. And when he started doing that, his body composition changed so much. So I don't know, because he used to, and he still lifts somewhat heavy sometimes, but not like he used to. Yeah, it's so important to be lifting. And I mean, there's some that are like, I'm not going to do that at all. And I'm like, okay, well, you might not get the greatest results. Just to let you know, it's a tool. So
when you're here, Jen, you have to try my MagnaWave, my PEMF. And that's just like a healing energy. But what's so cool about that too is it kind of even makes your peptides or whatever else you're doing even better, because it's an energy shift. So like your cells have those negative ions, so they're kind of stuck. The energy shifts those, so there's more positive ions, so the good can get in your cells and the bad can get out. So like say your peptide, or I have people like if they've got a shoulder tear and they use the BPC and then use the energy on it, it just exponentials that healing like crazy. So PEMF would be great for you to check out. When I started my healing journey, I had herniated discs in my back and in my neck and like crazy IBS. Now that's a whole rabbit hole, but I really think degenerative disc stuff is gut inflammation. It's that inflammation that is sitting on your spine. Like that people don't degenerate like that. They should not. There's a reason. It's that IBS, it's that gut inflammation sitting on your spine. So anyway, that's a whole different story.
I truly believe that though, because my mom, I kept taking her in because her back was killing her so much. And she had several back surgeries. I mean, she did have a bad back. But when she ended up in the hospital, she had C. diff. And so the whole time it was her, I mean, they had to remove her entire colon, not just part of it, her entire colon. And she made it out of that surgery, but that's what she ended up passing from. But I think it was all from her guts. That it was pushing on her spine. And yeah, I don't know, because my disc is the one up, it's like clear way up, like right behind my boobs.
Oh yeah. I wish I would have known about BPC way back then. I was in just a world of hurt and had an appointment to see a back surgeon when I bought my PEMF machine. And I rarely have back pain now. I've never had a repeat CAT scan, but I know I'm not bulging anymore, or I wouldn't have this quality of life. But and in my neck, I had bulges in both, and rarely do I have back pain anymore. And I don't even use my own PEMF hardly at all anymore, like I did way back then. But yeah, now it's like, well, practice what you preach. That thing is sitting right in your healing room, right? But I feel fine, so I don't find myself in there using it.
I will try it out though, because I did find a lady that has one here in Billings, and I'm going to start it. So I've looked at even buying one myself. I just need to like open a wellness place, to be honest.
Here, with all those toys.
I mean, I have this song. I have so much stuff, and I just.
Everybody get your toys together. But the hard part for people, even here in my place, is the making appointments. But if it works for you, it's just best to invest in one, because like even my small one, I do rent out. I rent it for $50 a day. So like people with acute injuries, you're going to do it at home. And I can't accommodate somebody coming in here 7 days a week to work on that injury. So I've got a little one that I rent out, and you can use it. Well, they're animal machines. Now that company has, because of FDA and this and that and the other thing, they've had to have a complete rebranding on the human side. So they have to keep it's the same parts, machine, same things, but they have to have completely different branding because, of whatever stupid rules are out there. But yeah, that machine has served me well. It's probably 8 years old now,
Mhm.
so yeah, it served me really well. Um, lots there's so many amazing tools that we can use out there, but we kind of got sorry, I took us off the peptide conversation, but we're probably about ready to wrap things up
Mhm.
anyway. We will be all getting together in June. How exciting is that? I
Yes.
can't wait. Brenda, are you gonna get all gala'd out for
I don't
the
know. That
gala?
is so not me, but I guess I
Me
probably will.
neither. Yeah, me neither. It definitely won't be formal. I'm not packing some kind of weird formal in a suitcase and hauling it to Texas. I'm just not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I bought a few things. I'm only 5'2", so whatever I buy is gonna require a seamstress,
Mhm.
on top of it. And I hate to be a buzzkill, but I'm not looking forward to that. Like dressing up like that is not my jam.
I'm gonna get a dress because I have to go then to Dallas like end of August as well for another event, and we have a night that we get all dressed up too. So I'm like, I'll just get a dress and wear to both events because last year I ended up not wearing any of my dresses because I tried them all on and I was just not feeling it. So I showed up in my cowboy boots and my jeans and I was comfortable. I looked at everyone else and I'm like, I don't know how you're walking in those shoes.
I know, right?
So
Yeah.
I didn't even care because I was like, I'm comfortable. I don't even care. So.
Yeah. We'll have to do a quick video down there when we're all down there. Do a quick one on
Yes,
here.
Brenda, I don't. You're not in my group. I reached out to like other people were going and asked if anybody was a photographer. So I have got contact with a lady who will take some nice pictures for
Oh,
us.
good.
Oh, yay.
So, yes, I think that'll be great. I can always use some headshots, like some like business type stuff. So, she is going to bring a camera. We don't have times or anything scheduled or planned, but like I mean, most phones take pretty good shots these days, but you can't get yourself in them. So, I'm excited about that.
But
Headshot.
anyway, guys, we should probably wrap it up.
Yes, yes.
And yes, so talking all peptides again next week.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be here. I hope that we get some other guests and some other comments.
Yeah.
And you just never know who you're gonna catch live or on the replay. But
Mhm.
thank you, whoever shows up. Make sure to like and share and join our private Facebook group, the GLP1 Roundtable. All right, we'll see you ladies next week.
Good night.
Right.